Let's speak to Stephanie Wolters, who is a senior research fellow at the Institute for Security Studies. Stephanie, what about the credibility of the result? That's the most important thing right now.
Absolutely. I think that what we are all now waiting for is to see what the domestic observer missions, and especially the Catholic Church observer mission, say about their findings about the results of this election. And if those results are the same as the ones declared by the CENI, then I think we have a very important success for democracy in the DRC. But that is something that we will know over the course of today.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, that Martin Fayulu is referring to the Catholic Church's observers after 2 years of a delayed election and then the delayed announcement. Joseph Kabila saying to the outside world, we don't need your help in organizing this election. All of that was suggesting that he wanted a certain result. What about this theory that he's been trying to fix something since the 30th of December up to this announcement?
Well, I think the fact that we all have been hearing this and the fact that we are not taking the Independent Electoral Commission's results at face value is a result of this extended electoral crisis that we've seen in the DRC. Kabila was supposed to leave at the end of 2016. The elections were held with 2 years of delay in a politically repressive environment with the exclusion of some key opposition candidates. So confidence in the Independent Electoral Commission and in Joseph Kabila's government has been very, very low. And I think that is one of the reasons why today we question the validity of the announcement that was made yesterday by the CENI and why we feel it needs to be complemented with information from the domestic observer missions in order to have real legitimacy.
Is there still some sort of constitutional process that has to be observed before Tshisekedi, well, I won't say officially is declared the winner because that's already happened, but before he assumes the presidency?
Well, there is certainly a period of time during which opposition parties, civil society, interested parties can introduce a challenge to the electoral result. Now, that would go to the Constitutional Court in the DRC, and that is an institution which Kabila has made very sure is on his side and which has demonstrated in many of its judgments over the past 2 years, in particular on electoral issues, that it really is interpreting the Constitution in the interests of the ruling party. So we don't expect that the Constitutional Court will suddenly become an independent institution if it is seized by any of the interested parties at this stage.
Stephanie, are you worried about potential violence from people who don't agree with the result?
Look, I think our worst case scenario was if the CENI had declared a win for the incumbent successor. So in other words, for Ramazani Shadari. In that event, we had anticipated large-scale violence. What we've seen overnight is actually some scenes of jubilation in Kinshasa. Obviously, Etienne Tshisekedi supporters, and there are many of them throughout the country, very happy with this. I think we'll have to see as we go forward is that the other political party supporters feel about this outcome. Again, the Catholic Church's announcement, which we expect will come today, about who they consider to be the winner, who they have proof is the winner, and also the veracity of their proof that they're able to show, will, I think, play an important role in whether or not people want to go out into the streets and protest against what the CENI has announced. I think it's important to note that, of course, it is historic that we have an opposition leader being declared as the winner of this election, but the Congolese people have really maintained significant pressure on the government over the last 3 years to be able to vote and for the results to reflect their will. And I think that there are still many in the country who are reserving their judgment about whether they really believe the outcome of the CENI.
Really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Stephanie Wolters speaking to us from South Africa.